Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm so excited for season 2 and the great guests you're going to hear from, their struggles, how they overcame their struggles, their triumphs. Through personal and business life, I think they're tied together, and we're going to share great stories about that. This show isn't just about me. It takes a lot of good people working with me. Among them is my partner, H7 Network, and Clay Hicks. Building relationships, building community is the mission of H7 Network. They want to create a network of champions where everybody wins. Find out more at h7network.com. And we hope to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you through our show. Enjoy the show. We'll talk to you on the other side. Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Ramona, your host for Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I am excited because I'm going to say one word. This is so important for people in business and in your personal life, confidence. And today I have a confidence coach who helps people have confidence. And guess what? They grow. Michelle, welcome to this show.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve. I'm glad to be here.
That's a niche that I'm so curious about. Why confidence?
You know, I did not grow up with a lot of confidence, really hardly any. And it was a long, bumpy road that helped me get confidence over the years. And, you know, going through the education and college degrees, working my way up the corporate ladder, and I felt like I still struggled with my confidence. And I stumbled across the Positive Intelligence program, and it gave me the tools to help me build my confidence. I didn't think that's what I was getting from the program. I just thought, hey, this sounds interesting. And that was the one, I mean, it gave me many things, but that was really the big thing. So I said, you know what? I need to be a coach of this program. So I went ahead and got certified last year, and now I'm spreading the word.
So how does it work? You've got a client, a new client, and we start helping with their confidence. How's that start? How do you onboard them to your program?
Yeah, you know, my program really is twofold, where there's the positive intelligence piece of it, and there's also one-on-one coaching. So the positive intelligence part, it's based on an app, and then they get to do the daily practices. There's a 1-hour video every week. So they start to build the tools. They'll gain a lot of other things, resilience, and I mean, the list is so long. But they'll be able to do that, and then also do the one-on-one coaching. So that's where we start to dig in and say, hey, let's look at places where you already do have confidence. Let's build on that. Let's gain some clarity on where you feel like you need more confidence, and what are those baby steps that can help build it. So there's a lot of different tools that we can work on based on their situation.
So the app keeps them building a skill set, and then the one-on-one coaching is the accountability part, right?
Yes.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Yeah, and the app also has an accountability piece to it. But a lot of what the app does is it helps us recognize our inner critic, because that's what gets in our way. And it just sits there so, you know, supposedly quietly in the background, but it's running the show if we let it. So like they say, your mind can be your worst enemy or your best friend. So it's really about not beating the inner critic down, but recognizing it and learning to tame it.
Tame it. I like that. Like taming a lion, because it can be a lion, especially in business. It could cost people millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
Absolutely. So I come from a sales background. As I started doing this program, I started implementing it into my sales process. That I can calm myself, get centered before I go into a sales call. It helped me build emotional intelligence. So when I would work with a client, I can say, what are you up to? What's going on for you? You know, it allowed me to use the sales skills that I learned in a new way, because I could be present with the people. I could have empathy for them and all the challenges that they go through on a day-to-day basis. So it really was a game changer when it came to my selling skills.
I like that. Do you work with the sales team, upper management, all that? Is there a certain department that you work with, or is it all?
It could be any. I have worked with sales teams. I've worked with leadership groups. Sometimes I just do one-on-one. I work with a lot of executives one-on-one. And so it could be any way that, but I think this work is really well seasoned. Like it works well in a team approach too, or with a sales team.
I like
Because
that.
we know that it takes confidence to want to sell or to really do anything in life. Go on a date, any of those things. If we have confidence, we're just going to show up better and we're going to have a heck of a lot more fun.
Yeah, sales. When people hear the word sales, they kind of put the cross up. This vampire thing. I don't want sales, but you try to avoid that. We'll get into that. Tell me a story of a great client you work with. I know you're newer, but somebody you work with that really built their confidence and saw some great growth.
Yeah, so I've been coaching the Positive Intelligence program for 2 years as I was
Yeah.
working through certification and completed it. Oh, I can tell you about one of my clients. She was in a job, not feeling confident, kind of feeling beat up by the job, more of an executive level job, and thinking, I don't know what to do, having a lot of guilt and feeling like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to leave my job because I feel bad for my coworkers and my team. It just felt really bumpy. And as she started to get more sturdy, she started interviewing, started looking at her different options. And through the process, she ended up with an executive level job at a really great company. And everything, it was amazing how she got sturdier, built her confidence, and things just started to line up for her. And so she's on a sabbatical right now in between leaving the one job, starting the new job. And we're working her through that transition and going, hey, you can start to enjoy your life more, kind of like taking your life back. So she's built some great skill sets.
And it's interesting because that could cross over to her personal life as well.
Absolutely. It's also helped her, have a better relationship with her husband, build better boundaries with her mom, who she loves dearly, but there's some entanglement there.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's seen a lot of value in different areas.
What excites you most about what you do?
I see how much my inner critic has caused suffering in my life, and I would love to free people from that because life is a heck of a lot more fun. You can just, yeah. And one of the big things is like not being so worried about everyone else's business, being the best person you can be, living with a servant's heart. It's all just gravy at this point.
Yeah, confidence is a key because if you don't have confidence, you're not going to serve people. And there's that domino effect, gratitude. Just talk to a gratitude guy, confidence, and all those buzzwords are so great. Isn't it missing in this world?
It really is. And I love that you say gratitude because that's the one thing that, like, one of those saboteurs in positive intelligence is the victim. We all have some version of it. And when we dive into or just have a grateful heart, it bypasses the victim attitude or mentality. And we can live with more joy. It's such a simple tool, and yet it's so often overlooked because we get so busy.
And a game changer for business because you could turn a business around pretty quick by just a confidence level of that
Yes.
CEO or upper management group.
Yes.
Do you do workshops as well? Like I'm a CEO and say, hey, Michelle, can you work with my sales team? We need to build their confidence where our sales are low, for example. Is that something you would work with?
Absolutely. So I do a one-off workshop. I actually have one coming up a week from Monday, and I call it Quiet Your Inner Critic, Cultivate Confidence. So it's interactive workshop. I just posted a link on LinkedIn. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I offer that to organizations, and then I do them regularly, sometimes in locally where I live, and then I'll be doing them more often online. So that's one way to just get a taste of the work. The other thing is I can do this Positive Intelligence 6-week program for teams really easily, and it's built for that.
Yeah. I've talked to a few people about virtual networking, what we're doing today on the podcast, and it's all rampant now because it's time and all that. Can you build confidence virtually?
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of
All the
tips
work that I do is, most of the work that I do is virtual. All my clients I do virtually because it's really about it's a conversation. It's a mindset. It's about asking coaching type questions, powerful questions that get them thinking and doing some of that inner work.
I like that because I think we still can have body language and I might only want to jump on a call anymore. To be honest, it's better to do this. I did one 10 days ago and it was weird because doing so many of these Zooms. when confidence is lacking, can you see it right away? Like you meet with somebody for the first time. Is this something that, I don't want to say superpower, but that's what comes to my head, that you can pick up right away?
I would say two things come to mind right off the bat. Defensiveness. I feel like if someone's defensive, they're defending something. They feel there's maybe something lacking in them that they need to defend. So I would say that's one of them. And I had a second one is if someone's always apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry. You can almost sense a body language of meekness that they're lacking confidence.
Those are great tips, because now I can flip the table and go, if I'm doing that, I'm having a problem. So not only is it looking at somebody else, but looking inward. Am I apologizing? I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's two good nuggets.
Yeah. And what I recognize from coaching, I'm not saying I'm the smartest, I'm the wisest. I'm just saying I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to not know. That's the confidence to say, I don't have all the answers. There's so much freedom in just saying, oh my God, you're right. Or I didn't know that. So that to me, there's a lot of freedom there.
A huge freedom. That was my problem years ago, is trying to stay up with the Joneses, and I didn't know the answers. I make one up. They're like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't want to say, I don't know what you're talking about. Feeling I'm less than. And that's, I think, confidence too, is our self-esteem drops tremendously, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think they're just interconnected so tightly. Yeah.
How would you fix a low self-esteem, or work it? I can't say fix, but work on that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we all have an innate self-esteem, confidence. It's all in there. So it's starting to bolster the person and show them that if I say, are you a good parent? They go, absolutely. Okay. You have confidence there. Are you good at gardening? Certainly. Like starting to build on their strengths is a great place to start, because none of us can be perfect at everything.
Right.
Yet we start comparing ourselves to everyone, and we can't, it's like it becomes an impossible comparison.
I love that. So I'm thinking, taking your I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be a better parent. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk to my son more. That's kind of what you're saying from the tip before, is you start hearing that. It's like, they don't have confidence as a parent right now.
Yeah. And apologizing might be very appropriate.
Right.
But we overuse it. If you start to listen, there's so much I'm sorry's out there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if I sent you to the wrong email, hey, I'm sorry I sent the wrong email, that's appropriate. But if I keep saying, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry. That's interesting. I'm loving what you're doing.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a lot of fun, because
I bet.
Yeah, what I noticed too is that with confidence, and you add humility, you're building your confidence and you're deepening your humility. It really is, they go so hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I've said it before, if you have confidence without humility, that's arrogance. But if you have both and together, it's a powerhouse.
And you throw in gratitude and servant mentality, you've got a superstar. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's a winning combination right there.
Well, you've given out a lot of golden nuggets here. So I know listeners are going, how do I get a hold of Michelle? Right. How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so on my website, innerfitnesscoaching.com is a great way to learn more about me. And then they can book a free session if we can just have a conversation. And also on LinkedIn, I just posted where they can find me on LinkedIn. Would love for anyone to follow. And I just posted a workshop that's going to be on the 26th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So would love for people to join that as well. And since this will be evergreen, it'll be on the platform all the time, you'll have ongoing workshops, so they could reach out to you and go, hey, when's your next workshop? Absolutely. Okay. Yes. I'm going to get crazy here. I love what you're doing. Confidence is so, and we all have lack of confidence. I think me more than, we're on a worst critic. That's how that phrase goes. We are, all of us. I want to send a gift out to the first 5 listeners that reach out to you. When they mention the show, you're going to reach out to me and I'll get their physical address. I'll mail them a gift, because I think listeners, no, excuse me, I'm going to take that back. I know if you talk to her, you'll do a discovery call, get to know them, and see if this is going to work. If you don't have confidence, and you all know, you all look in the mirror, if you don't, just reach out to her.
Make me happy if you like me at all, because I want you to be able to get some help. Because this be a killer. It's a tough word to use, but it could be.
I would love to offer a free 50-minute session for anyone who's like a full-blown coaching session for anyone who's interested. Or if they want me to come into their organization, I'm willing to do a workshop for free and introducing it to their team.
There you go. We got servant mentality flying everywhere. That is fantastic, Michelle. I appreciate you doing that. And reach out to her. Don't be shy, because she's not shy. Trust me. She knows what she's talking about. Confidence leads to growth. We get confident. Does it ever fall off?
I feel like it comes in waves. Okay. There's times that our inner critic might be flaring up and all of a sudden we're doubting ourselves. 2 times that I find that happens for me: when I'm tired and when I'm hungry. Right? We probably all have that experience. They call it hangry or whatever you want to call it. It's like we start feeling a little unstable. We don't feel as sure of ourselves. You've probably had that experience where you have this work problem at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and everything feels so hard. You get a good night's sleep, you eat some breakfast, next morning, piece of cake, you're done with it in 10 minutes. So yeah, true. Yes. It comes in waves. And when it feels hard, cut yourself some slack and know that the confidence, the abilities, all of them come flooding back.
You give them tools to help that. I work with you 5, whatever time frame that is. Can you leave them with tools that, hey, if you feel this coming on, here's some things you can do they can go back to?
Yeah, I say just take 10 seconds to notice your breath. Look at the trees. Just do something to get yourself in this moment and tell your inner critic, just take a rest for now. If we can break that cycle of the mind just running, trying to figure it out, trying to spin, just start to pause that out. That starts to make a difference. You start to punctuate that and it starts to lessen.
You make it sound simple because you do it.
Yes.
You help people make it simple.
Yes. And that's where positive intelligence helps. There's an app, there's accountability, there's pieces in place that you get to practice it over and over. We can read a book and get all the greatest knowledge in the world, and then it falls off. We can go to a workshop and feel rah, and then a week later, we're back to ourselves. This is the keep practicing. And that's where the rubber meets the road. And that's where I've done a lot of interpersonal, like personal development work. This is the one that was a game changer for me.
Accountability. Simple said. Yes. You need accountability.
They say in the program, accountability will help you gain you'll be 500 times more likely to accomplish what you're looking for.
500 times?
That's the research they found.
Think about
if you wanted to go running at 5 a.m. and you had to do it all on your own, probably not going to happen that often. But if you said to your neighbor who's really gung-ho and said, hey, at 5 o'clock, we're going to meet up and run, you're a heck of a lot more likely to do it if someone's there cheering you on, holding you accountable.
The human nature is always responsible for somebody. You're going to try to make them happy by being there.
Yes.
How big are habits? Because I'm thinking I got a bad habit that leads to no confidence or low confidence. Mm-hmm. Can they be a problem? Those bad habits that we have?
I hadn't thought of it in that way, but I would say they definitely would be, right? And habits are not going to change overnight, but using starting to recognize that critic, how it can just take us down the wrong path. It can justify the bad habit when we say, we get to almost reparent ourselves and say, do you really need the 6th cookie? Yeah. And then you can start to say, 5 is enough for today. And maybe tomorrow it'll be 3. So little by little, we can change those habits. Yeah. But one thing I want to caution is that our inner critic will jump on something. If we make it too hard, they're the gatekeepers of change. And when I heard that, I loved it. So when you say, hey, we're going to stop eating cookies altogether, the mind's going to find a way to tell you you're crazy and do it anyway. And then there's going to be a backlash. Yeah. But if you start taking baby steps on those habits, it's that bypass system.
reparent is a great word. I love that. We all can relate to that, whether it's an individual or actual parent, teaching or relearning something. Because I was thinking of habits. You talked about lack of eating and lack of sleep. You're hungry. So that person that works through lunch, works through dinner, goes to bed at 3 o'clock and wakes up at 6. So those two habits are killing their confidence because of those repercussions of no sleep and no eat, right?
Absolutely. And that's where burnout happens. We're not taking, we have to have self-care. If we're going to have longevity, enjoy what we're doing, all of the good things in life, we have to have that time to ourselves.
Yeah.
And every day during the day, make sure I have a good lunch. I might take a 10, 15-minute pause just to restructure, reframe, take some breathing techniques, and just calm my nervous system. Then I come back refreshed and feeling like, okay, let's go at it again.
A matter of fact, let me pause the podcast so I can go eat. No, just kidding. Because I'm getting hungry.
6 cookies.
Yeah, just my cookies. No, I love that because now I know deeper what you do, because I believe habits are a game changer for people, and they do lead to confidence. So I've learned something on this podcast, which is why I've loved having you on, because we're out of time here. I'm going to ask a favor. Can you come back for part 2?
I would love to.
Yeah. There's a lot more we can unpack here. Confidence is so powerful. It's hard to, maybe you could put a better word on it, but what you're doing is a game changer. That person that's never going to get married, then they're walking down the aisle with the person they love. They have no confidence they'd find the right person. There's so much that can happen and make a difference, right?
Oh my gosh, when you think of all the things that one can do with confidence, and why sit there without it when there's tools and systems to help you build it so that you can have a better life? That's what I'm here to talk about and to be excited about for other people. And for myself, I use the tools every day.
In sports, I'm a big sports guy, so I just think of Kobe Bryant as you're talking. That's a man that had confidence.
I've never heard that before.
Oh my God.
They talk to me and think of him, but that's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm a sports guy, but I've been not studying, but I've been learning about him. And that's the big thing, is he's a hard worker, but he had confidence. That's why he worked so hard, to get more confidence, to get better. And confidence is a big thing in the sport, especially when you're in a big playoff game. You better have all the confidence in the world, or you're same thing.
You
with
better
business.
have that resilience too.
Yep. That's
you miss the shot, get right back in your game.
That's where confidence. That's sweet. And I'm thinking of business. I've got a business and it's about ready to be sold for 10 million. I started it 10 years ago. I better have the confidence I can sell it. That's where you could come in and go, here, let's do this. Let's do some things. So when you walk into those negotiations, you're the rock star and you're able to sell it and bless a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a way to
One thing I want to say about Kobe Bryant is that he has competence and confidence. He's not just, you see people out there who are just spouting off and thinking they're great, but they don't have the competence to back it up. So that's an important distinction as well.
Very, very good. He lives the confidence, which is important.
Yeah.
Well, we ran out of time here. I thank you for being on the show. You're so full of nuggets. I'm so excited you were on. Can't wait to have you back. Can I have one favor from you?
Absolutely.
Can you leave a little tip for my audience that's helped you in your journey, whatever that may be, that could help them in their journey in life?
I have one thing that comes to mind: self-empathy. Let's just be easier on ourselves. I think that's a great, great place to start, because when we can do that, we can be easier on the other people in our lives and just be a kinder place, kinder world. Steve, this is